When I decided to start the brewery, it was a kind of a culmination of several months of thinking back and forth. It was a lot of home brewing, and the one instant where I got laid off, I just was thinking, okay, what am I going to do now? I got to do something, got to support for the family. I love beer, why not do something with beer? It was actually kind of on a trip to see my buddy in Seattle and experiencing the beer culture there. They're light years ahead of us in the way of what they serve, how they serve it. You go to any bar, over half the taps are local. And I was like, why can't we have that in Dallas? We need that. There was only me, Petty Colas, Deep Ellum. Lakewood opened the week after me, so it was still only 3, 4, 5 breweries. Now it's a lot bigger and, you know, more saturated, but there was really a need for more local beer. I say back in the day, it seems like so long ago, a year and a half. Yeah, I decided that it needed to be done. There needed to be more local beer, and why not fill the gap with Firewheel? There's only really one con to being small brewery like Firewheel is, and it's basically money. We build and we grow organically, which, you know, limits our expansion rate and our exposure. I don't have, first of all, time, but time is money if you want to look at it like that. I don't have all the time to do all the things that everybody else would think that I should do. Like, for example, marketing and media. The only way we market is Facebook and Twitter and our website. And we'll get the occasional wonderful website that'll do a piece on us. But yeah, that's how we market. We throw out coasters, we throw out flyers, and I guess the tours. You come to the tour, and if you mention us on social media, my wife up front will give you an additional ticket. So we make the consumer market for us. But you know, that's one of the biggest differences between someone my size and someone larger. The beer, anybody can make good beer. Home brewers make better beer than most breweries, in my opinion. A really good home brewer can make a phenomenal beer. So it's not always necessarily about the beer. Now, you have to have a good product, but the size doesn't really limit the quality of beer that can be produced. Keeping our core ideals and making it about the beer and not about the business, and we'll be able to reach maybe the entire DFW Metroplex within a year or two. Alright, so a typical week at Firewheel is busy. I calculated out, any given week I work 70 to 100 hours a week. Now on Saturdays, that's 8 hours of just tours, so it's not all hard, crazy work, but it's a lot of work. We usually do a day or two of deliveries, 3-4 hours at a time, but yeah, we'll do probably 6 to 8 hours worth of deliveries a week. I do a full brew day once a week right now. I've got 2 fermenters that are week 1, week 2. So that's a full day in itself. That is, as of right now, 10 to 11 hour day from start to clean up, finished, going home. So that's once a week. Also once a week I have kegging and keg washing, and it's kind of fun. We blare the music and we have a lot of fun. A couple beers, a couple too many beers sometimes. But yeah, so that's a one day. That's a good 6-7 hours. The rest of it is projects. You know, like the taps behind me. I started with 2 taps. I installed a 3rd tower, and I doubled them all into 6. That's not easy. that takes time. So it's little projects like that. I just finished building a new wort chiller. I just finished building a new boil kettle and hot liquor tank heating system. I'm about to build a new grain mill. So it's projects like that keep the brewery busy. On tap behind me, we've got the limited edition coffee porter, which I'm sipping on now because it's early. This is the second to last keg of this. Once it's gone, it's gone. I don't know if I'll make another one. Maybe I will. Depends. Next to it, we have a special test batch for people who come to the tours. We try and at least have one on at all times. Today is the Blueberry IPA. The base of the beer is the Texas Pale Ale. We hopped it up, and then we threw some blueberry in there. It's pretty phenomenal, I'm not going to lie. Next to it, we have Special Number 1 Brown Ale. That is my rendition on a brown. I created this beer from a recipe I had while I was sleeping. I had it in a dream last November. I debuted it at the Winter Warmer, and it's been around ever since. That's the Photon Blonde. It's the lightest beer I can make while still keeping my beer ideals intact. It's still German purity law, you know, 4 ingredients only. Still got 5.5% alcohol, still has flavor. And then next to it is the good old-fashioned Texas Pale Ale. The first one we started with, you know, the 65 to 70 IBUs, but malty enough that you can still drink it and not, oh, too much hops. It's our flagship beer, if you will. Yesterday we brewed the Photon Blonde. Last week I brewed a Texas Pale, and in the bright tank is the Brown. Those are the 3 beers that are currently in full-scale production. The Pumpkin, which will be released soon, is actually in the homebrew buckets back over there. The test batch Firewheel IPAs, the 6 flavors we did, this is the last one we have. We've gone through them in the last 4 weeks. The green beer is just what it is. And then we've got 2 other beers which I'm kind of working on. We have a traditional Polish beer that I've twisted. It's, I think I'm going to call it my smoked Pivo. Since I am half Polish, I figure I'd throw back to my ancestry, if you will. And then we've got some Balcones whiskey barrels behind you over there with some beer in them. Not quite sure what that's going to be yet, but regardless, it will be delicious. I don't make a beer that I won't stand 100% behind, so on any given day, they will each be my favorite. Every Saturday from 11 to 3, we're here. Tour times are usually like 11:30, 1, 2:30, so we don't do just one tour, so if you come a little bit later, you'll still get your tour. On a good Saturday, we have 60 people in here, and there's plenty of room. It doesn't get too crowded. We have the AC room here. We've got the brewery open. We got a beer garden out back. Everybody kind of just hangs out, and I try and talk to everybody. All right, so you have to take a picture of my new map. I just made it yesterday. So around the area locally, there's a few. We try and stay only 1 or 2 bars per location for general geographic region, just because I can't deliver to everywhere. I just don't have enough beer. So locally in Rowlett, we got the Fuzzies, we got the Track. We just took over Rockwall. We got a bunch of beers up in Rockwall. Saucer and Addison is a big pour of the Texas Pale Ale. We've got some new bars we just tapped out in Oak Cliff. We've got one in Dallas. Let's see, it was 10 Bells, and then we've got White Rock Abbey and Good Friends sometimes. Jack Max, you can always get some good local beer. We're about to be up in Frisco now. We're all the way in Fort Worth. We got spots all over the place, so check the website for details. All right, Rowlett. Come on in, guys. Come on in. We're having a tour. Get some beer. My sexy man beard. You can edit that out.